Hey, I'm Russ Jones. Welcome back to Smoky Ribs.
Hey, I'm Russ Jones. Welcome back to Smoky Ribs.
Hey, I'm Russ Jones. Welcome back to Smoky Ribs. Well, as you can see from the intro, I got a couple of really good special guests here today. I got Troy from T-Roy Cooks. I got Jaxx Drinkwater from thebeardedhiker.com. They're going to help me do a little cook over here. We're going to do a comparison between boiled shrimp, and we're also going to be doing steamed shrimp. We're going to get started with it right after this.
If you wanna cook backyard barbecue till you get your feel, you come to the right place. Russ Jones Smoky Ribs. Smoky Ribs. Smoky
Hey Troy, I've seen you do a couple of videos kind of showing different beef jerkies from different companies, whatever. I just met this guy the other day. They're about 5 minutes from here. They're not far at all. I mean, just right down the road. Had no idea they were doing this, but it's called Smokehouse Bayou, and they make some killer jerky.
Awesome.
And I want you to try this. You too, Jax. I know you're big in the outdoors. And by the way, if y'all don't know who Jax is, explain real quick what you do on your channel, basically.
It's my YouTube channel is Jaxx Drinkwater, thebeardedhiker.com. I do a lot of outdoor stuff like hiking, and I do a few cooking videos here and there.
Yeah, really good cooking videos. I watch him religiously, as well as my brother here, T-Roy. We've been knowing each other for about 6 years now. Done met. This is probably the 4th time I've actually got to meet Troy. Other 3 times were at JB's Spring Fling. His big bashes over there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I think we started our channels about within like a month.
Well, a couple of months.
Yeah.
Sure did. 2012 to be exact. Summer of.
Well, I also want to say I would really appreciate you guys letting me, come hang with the big boys.
You're welcome, man. But anyway, getting back to this beef jerky, these guys hooked me up with a bag of this. This is burnt ends, and they got pecan smoke, they got hickory smoke, they got a chipotle pepper. I just want Troy, because I know he eats a lot of beef jerky.
I like jerky, yes.
And I want him to see the difference between this and your everyday store-bought jerky. And by the way, this is smoked on a Southern Pride smoker. I had the pleasure of actually meeting these guys the other day, and they gave me a piece of it hot right off the smoker. Really good flavor. That tastes like what you would do yourself. It's so fresh. I mean,
Tastes like the bark off of like a brisket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, this is fantastic stuff.
Oh, wow.
Really good flavor. Hang on 1 second.
That's good, Jax.
Yeah, it is.
Now, in addition, something you'll see very soon, they have a barbecue sauce, Smokehouse Bayou barbecue sauce, and they have their Bayou Dust. This is a rub. I haven't used this yet, but I have tasted this. You did earlier, and you did too.
It was good. Really good.
Very good.
We're not just saying that to be saying that. I don't promote just anybody. These are fantastic products, local guys. I love supporting local guys. I'll have a link in the description box. They do sell this on their website if you're interested. Now, it comes highly recommended by me.
This is really tender. I like the thickness of it too. It's not real thin.
Right, and it's moist somewhat.
It is.
It's not like that leathery. Oh, that's the reason I don't buy beef jerky normally, because you have to really get it wet in your mouth before you can ever enjoy it.
I wish he was still here, because I'd like to
Great smoke flavor
got
too.
some more off of it.
I'll be getting more. Don't worry about that.
Ship me some.
Yeah, me too.
Heck
Ship
yeah.
me some.
All right, we're going to start by doing the steamed shrimp first. And if you'll look in the bottom of this pot, you'll see a cross hatch in the bottom. What that does is elevate this basket a couple of inches to where the liquid is underneath the basket. No water is going to hit the shrimp. And that's exactly what we're adding, is water and a little bit of beer. All right, I'm about 1 inch deep with the water. Into that, I'm just going to add a couple of beers. It does add a little bit to the flavor of these shrimp. You could go 50-50 if you want to, but me personally, I'd rather drink them than to put them in this. Take a look at the size of these shrimp. That is very consistent all the way through these. Any one I pick up is that size, give or take a little bit. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna layer these across the bottom. Actually, I'm just gonna dump them. Pretty good sized pot. Spread these out. So up the East Coast, everywhere I've been, people pretty much just season their shrimp when they're steaming them with Old Bay, and that's exactly what I'm doing here today, just Old Bay, that's it. So we're just gonna put a nice caking on this, just layer it all over your shrimp. All right, that looks good. Make us another layer. That's gonna be it. This is 10 pounds of Gulf shrimp, and they are beautiful. Once again, just layer on the Old Bay. We got ignition. 5 minutes from start to finish with a cold pot from the start. We are done that fast. 5 minutes from start to finish, cold pot to done shrimp. Look at them. They're beautiful, perfect color. I'm gonna take them out of this pot, mainly just so they can cool off a little bit. Yeah, we're just gonna set them right here away from the heat down there at the bottom, let them cool off for a few minutes. And from there, I'm gonna put them in a cooler just to keep them warm. And from there, we're gonna do the boiled shrimp. There's no reason to change out pots. There's nothing in this pot that won't work in a boil. So we'll start with that here in a few minutes. All right, our steaming process is over with. Now I'm doing the boil. And I'm gonna bring this pot, this is a 160 quart pot. I'm only going 1/4 of the way up, which should be roughly 10 gallons of water. Normally I go up to a half a pot, which is 20 gallons of water, but I'm only doing 10 pounds of shrimp. That much water is not needed. If you use that much water, you'll of course need more seasoning. By adding less water, you'll need less seasoning. All right, I'm using Zatarain's crab boil today. This packet is good for 2 gallons of water, up to 10 pounds of shrimp, 8 to 10 pounds of shrimp. Now you gotta base this, even though I'm doing 10 pounds of shrimp, this is not enough by itself because of the amount of the water I have. And the only reason I had this amount of water because it's a big pot. You don't have to use a pot this big. I just find it handy. So I'm gonna be using multiple boils here today. And what I mean by that, this is a powdered crab boil. I'm gonna put 4 of these in. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. Now into that, I've got a couple of these Zatarain flow-through pouches here, little bags. This has got all your crab boil seasoning, just like the powdered, but it's in seed form. We're gonna toss a few of those in there. Normally, when I had this half full with 20 gallons of water, I'll use a whole 16-ounce bottle of this liquid concentrated crab oil. But today I'm using, this is 8 fluid ounces, half of that, which is good because I got half the amount of water going in. All right, I'm gonna fire this up. We're gonna get it boiling. We're gonna try to get some of this crab boil like diluted down and everything mixed and married up. Then I'm gonna throw some more stuff in here. We'll be back. Now I'm going in with 6 pods of garlic. I cut the tips off. If these lemons look a little pale to you, that's because I zested every one of them earlier. I'll show you later what I'm doing with the zest. Right now the lemons are going in. Here's the other halves. This is a total of 7 lemons, I believe. Right now I've got some mandarin oranges. These are the little guys. That's half of these. I think I got about 7 or 8 of those. And the other half. We'll give this a good mix. All right, now here is a trick that I learned from my good friend Keith Jenkins. This is pureed onion. You just take onions and puree it in a processor along with a little water. Did the same thing with celery. I got about 5 or 6 stalks of celery that I pureed. We are at a rip-roaring boil. It is time to go into this 10 pound of shrimp. I'm gonna carefully just drop these in here. give them a good stir. I'm gonna leave this fire on for about 1 minute. Then we're gonna turn the fire off and just let them kind of hot soak. It may and may not get back to a boil, it doesn't matter. All right, let's see if we're boiling. Oh yeah, we're back to a rolling boil. All right, so I had them on the heat for 1 minute. We're doing a hot soak for 2 minutes. Now I've got the boil balls turned on and I am stirring the pot, literally stirring the pot. And what this does is it gets the water around the sides that's being wet down by the boil balls, which is cold now, and it cools this pot down rapidly. We're only dealing with 10 gallons of water. I'd say 1 to 2 minutes. This thing's gonna be just about right. 3 at the tops. All right, I'm using my Maverick instant read thermometer, and I was shooting for 150 is what I need to get it down to. And look at there, I'm already down to 144 degrees in 3 minutes. Unbelievable. This boil ball works extremely well. I will never use ice again is all I can say. Now, as these are soaking, this is when the lemon zest goes in. This is a zest from all those lemons that I poured in here earlier. We're going to do our comparison. We got the steamed in front of us. We got the boiled in front of us. And Jaxx, why don't we start with you? Go ahead and eat a steamed and give me your thoughts on it. And I guess behind that, go ahead and eat a boiled right behind it.
And then
give what you think, and or Troy do it next and then me.
Okay. Can I just throw my...
Yeah, just throw them down there. We're gonna
okay.
pick up later. Seems to be peeling right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, peels great. Good, shrimpy. Good.
Okay.
Color on these are a lot.
I tell you what, that was some nice shrimp, man. $4 a pound right off the boat, right there at the Hard Rock, right behind the Hard Rock Casino in Biloxi. They have all these shrimp boats in there. You can buy them any day of the week, really. But those same shrimp probably would have been about $7.50, almost $8 a pound at a seafood market place.
Do you want me to tell you my opinion now?
Yeah. Tell everybody.
Not even a comparison.
That's the boiled.
The boiled shrimp, hands down, more flavor. I mean, steamed shrimp, I mean, it's good, but
It's a lot of difference, isn't it?
there's no spice, there's no...
Well, see, that's the beauty of boil, in my opinion, is that you can play with flavors. You can add what you want, how much you want, and it gets right in there in the meat. Whereas steamed, it's laying on top of the meat, and what little bit of flavor you get is coming off your fingers. You can't add the lemon flavor into it. You can't do any of that,
Right.
you know. So yeah, that's what I kind of figured you were, going to lean
Delicious.
to. I've done both. I like them both,
Yeah.
But all right, Troy,
All right.
let's check it out.
Oh, let's give me one of these here.
Oh yeah.
They peel easy, man.
Man, that's coming right off. That's the way a
Sure
shrimp
is,
should
yeah.
peel.
Smell good. I'm used to some Cajun boil stuff, so this is pretty bland to me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Lick the fingers.
Get the spice off of there. Now, for the record, I have steamed shrimp before, but I did it with the Cajun seasonings, not the Old Bay. And they were actually pretty good, but you'll never get it into the meat like you do with the boiled.
Right.
I'm a firm believer of that.
Man, it's been a long time since I've had shrimp with the head on.
Oh, that's the only way I boil them, man.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that head helps season the meat.
Oh, yeah.
And while we're on that subject, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, a few people are going to say you didn't devein those first. Well, first, let me say that the intestinal tract on a shrimp is not poisonous. It can be consumed by humans. There's no problem with it. It's for aesthetic reasons only that people will butterfly them and remove that tract.
Or appearance.
And like when I fry a shrimp, I'm gonna butterfly them anyway, so I'll remove it.
Me too.
But when you could do shrimp like this in this boat, you'd be there literally hours trying to devein this. Over in Japan, they always serve it with the vein in. So for any of you that think it's nasty or whatever, it's common practice down here with boiled shrimp.
These had a lot more aroma, the boiled ones. And dude, These rock.
How about
I'm telling you, the
could
boil.
Could you taste that lemon zest? Did y'all pick up any lemon flavor at all?
Maybe a slight,
hint.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
it's a
hint,
hint.
just a slight.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is brightening it up a little bit.
Right. That's
know?
all it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to overpower it.
Right,
Just,
it's not.
It just brings it out a
It's
little
not.
bit.
Good job, bro.
All right.
I will say this too. What I liked about the steamed was when he, and I didn't do it, but when he said lick your fingers, I did.
Right.
And you can taste the flavor on that. So I'm almost like leaning towards boiling the shrimp like this.
Yeah.
And then maybe adding some Old Bay on top of it.
Yeah, you could.
Good.
And like I said earlier, there's many times I add Old Bay into my other seasonings. It don't hurt it.
I'm getting that cayenne.
Okay, cool. Good deal.
Yeah, man.
catching up to you.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
that's cool.
We're going to try the steamed shrimp first. Cats eat it. Well, it's peeling really easy. That's why you want shrimp to peel. All right, that was steam, and I kind of agree with Troy and Jaxx on this. It's good. It's good shrimp, especially if you want to doctor it up with some cocktail sauce or whatever, but it's kind of bland. There's not a lot of flavor there. And the only flavor you're really getting is off your fingers from the Old Bay that was on the shell. All right, let me try a boiled. All right, here we go. Oh man, I'm telling you, boil's the way to go when it comes to shrimp. Some of y'all might remember my crab video here a while back. I wasn't gonna put down either method. They're both good. They're very similar. The seasonings was the biggest thing that was different on the two versions. But with shrimp, man, it's totally different. The steam really are more on the bland side, and the boiled, it really has that flavor right in there. The cayenne is definitely kicking in there now. All right, let's cover these up. And for the record, I'm doing a major spin right here. We're going to turn these Mississippi Gulf Coast shrimp into a surf and turf coming up next. Here's a spin. Look at these fillets, man. This is a bone-in filet mignon from Matador Prime Steak Company. Got two of these bad boys. Now I know what you're thinking. There's three of us, two steaks. Well, these are good friends. Guess what? One for Troy, one for Jaxx. I'm eating shrimp. So we're going to go indirect on these for a bit. Let me find my probe. I'm just going to probe one of these. Let me find center here. Now I'm shooting for about 115 internal. Get these relatively in the same area. By the time this one's at 115, that should be right there with it. It should be close enough. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close the lid. And so you know, I did a dry brine on these for the last 24 hours. I took the SPG from Heaven Made Products, which is partly salt, and I did a dry brine. I just coated all sides, kind of heavy, and what happens is the salt over the 24 hours will actually go into the meat. It'll actually go all the way through the meat. You could go up to 48 hours of that, and the pepper and the garlic remains on the surface, and from that it's going to be some really good flavor. I did some fillets here a few weeks ago using the same method. Turned out fantastic. Now they wouldn't bone in. These are bone in, and that's something special. And let me show you a little picture I took right there as I was seasoning these, because you can't see the marbling on these no more. Let me show you this picture real quick and look at the marbling on this. These fillets are marbled like a ribeye steak. Normally fillets just don't have marbling like this. These are some of the best looking fillets I've ever seen in my life, and I can guarantee you they're gonna taste just as good. All right, so we have reached 115 degrees internal on both of these fillets, and so now I'm going in with a whole load of charcoal. So now I'm gonna take some extra virgin olive oil, and we're just gonna coat this on all sides of this steak, both these steaks, before they get seared. And here we go. Ooh, that's smelling good. I think we're good. All right, man, we have been battling rain. It's my luck, you know. If you've watched any amount of my videos, it rains every video. If you want it to rain, just come to my house. Guaranteed to rain, ain't no doubt about it. Anyway, we're finished up, and we brought it all inside, and you're looking at the plate right here, and it looks really good, and we've already tried the shrimp, so I'm gonna let Troy, I'm gonna let Jaxx do a taste test on this steak, and You've seen me do 2 steaks. Actually, they're just going to share these, or whoever, however. It don't matter. We're all going to eat. We're going to eat good, right?
It's gonna be some good
So
eating.
somebody cut into that and let me know what you think. But before you do, this right here is a bourbon pepper sauce. I didn't show making that. And if you want the recipe, go visit Chef John over at Food Wishes. Because
There you go.
it belongs to him. It's his recipe.
He could use some help.
Yeah, he could. Give me a shout out, Chef John.
Can I cut into it now?
Yeah,
buddy?
you sure can.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna get it in this sauce here.
Might as
I'm gonna
well.
leave a beard hair behind for
Oh,
you guys.
thanks, man. I appreciate it. So kind of you. Give me a little bit.
I know what that tastes like.
Wow.
I don't even have to try it. I already know, man. You ever
Do you
had?
mind if I use my words when I describe this?
No, please. I want you to.
All right. I want to use the word amazing, but that just sounds,
Cliche.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the bomb diggity.
Have you ever had a filet mignon, whatever you want to call it? It's tenderloin of beef. Have you ever had one with that much flavor? I mean,
No,
that is.
I have not. I
haven't
haven't.
either.
And I'm not just
That's
saying.
outstanding, man.
I'm not just saying that. This is. I want to have another bite. This is your steak.
Go
Hey,
for it,
I
man.
did that.
Go for it.
What was that dish called I did the other day with the hollandaise, the crab meat, and all that? Oh, the the filet Oscar. That's when I found out how good these fillets was. And guess what? That wasn't even bone in. That was without the bone.
You know what?
Absolutely fantastic.
The Maillard reaction, that crust that's on
Yeah.
there, dude.
Yeah.
That reverse sear you did.
How do you like
Excellent.
that? That's a little bit of
Oh,
sauce.
sauce?
I love the
Pairs
sauce.
well
I do
with-
too.
Okay,
It does. It's
cool.
not overpowering.
Only
Right.
beef and pepper and that
Okay.
bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, look, we've got a ton of shrimp to eat, and everybody's anxious to get started with that, so we're going to close it out. Hope you enjoyed the video, and my cameraman has motioned me. We're about to lose audio, so hope you enjoyed the video. And from Jax and T-Roy, enjoyed it, guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you for inviting
Oh,
me.
y'all are welcome, man. Y'all be sure to check out Jax. I'll have a link in the description box. I think you all know Troy, but I'll have a link as well. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, smoke your ribs.
Do it.
Later.